Hey y'all, it's me again, Joey.
Well, ready to let them loose?
Yep, that's it. Let's see if they make us run.
Oh,
Probably so.
yeah, that one tried to get after him, but other than that, what can you expect? I mean, can you blame them? Oh yeah, they're getting after us now. Go, Joey, go!
Hey man!
Hey man, buddy. I'm gonna get in the truck. You gotta go back and get your camera.
But also, just get as many as you can off the one next to it. Out.
You gotta move more high.
Do that side again. Y'all ready? Let's get started. Hey y'all, it's me again, Joey. I hope everybody can hear me good. I don't have my external mic on tonight. Hope everybody over in the chat's doing okay. We got a few coming in. Let's see who's here now. Jack and Danae, Wildwood Honeybee Farm, No Life, James Noel, Russell Amon, Mike Tangway, Jonathan Stevens, Keith Spillman, Bundy, Joey G, Paul Hill Hives, Mark Miller. Let's see correct. Collector Rick. Hope everybody's doing well. Can y'all hear me? Hey, Frankie. I have the link pinned if anybody wants to come in and chat with us. I haven't been in a beehive in almost a week or so. Hey, Kimberly. All right, y'all can hear me. That's good. Well, what's anybody in the chat got good to talk about tonight? Anything? It's actually been too hot here to go in hives as far as I'm concerned. When I do go back to pull some more honey, I'm probably going to be there about 8 o'clock. I'm going to wake them up, push them out, and take what I can and get back in the honey house before it gets too hot. I know that. Last time I got hot trying to get those few little boxes in. Gunline bees, how y'all doing? F&T honey. There's Todd in there. But I'm going to say 60% done with pulling my honey for this year. Somewhere between 50 and 60, something like that. I may be surprised and I may be through and don't know it. But last time I peeked and done any cherry picking with any of my hives pulling a little honey, there were several in there that just wasn't capped, so I didn't take them or just wasn't quite ready. So we just left them. Now they may have went ahead and pulled that back down into the bottom of the hives. You never know till you get out there and get ready to pull it. I did order me a new knife. It hadn't come in yet from, I bought one from Hill Code a week or two ago, and it wasn't the one that I was thinking I was getting. And I seen one of John's videos. Paul Paul, it's been anywhere between 16.5 to 17, something like that. I've had one that was like 17.1. Everything else has been drier. But anyway, that knife John was talking about, I thought that's what I was ordering when I was ordering the other one. So I seen his video, so I ordered it. It should be coming in a few days. Hey, Rodney. See, Rodney did another cutout. So, y'all, I don't talk that much when I'm talking with people. So I'm not going to talk here by myself very long. Somebody needs to get in here, make sense of all this. 106 right now? Good gracious. What's your humidity? It's dry there too, huh, Todd? Oh, y'all make your own knife. That's cool. Hey, Shane. Somebody click on that link now. Get in here. I won't be here for about 5 minutes and I'll be out of things to talk about. Let's see. So far, my little old apiary's produced just a little bit over 700 pounds. I'll take that. But, like I say, we're probably about 60% done. 12% humidity. It's almost like you can't get air in when it's that dry and hot. I remember when I stepped out in Death Valley, we was riding through there and it was 112. And I don't know what the humidity was, but it was dry. And wind was probably blowing 15, 20 mile an hour. And I got out of that car and I couldn't hardly breathe. What's up, Mr. JW?
Well, I'm trying to get on there, Joy. My computer's acting up. I got the voice, but it's locking up on me. I may not get on for a little bit. Let me see what's going on, buddy.
I hear you good. I see the picture's kind of sticking, but I can hear you good.
Well, I'm not.
840.
It ain't working right for some reason. You know, I can.
You might have to reboot and come back in.
We're both there now, but I'm not. I got you okay, but I'm froze.
Hey, Keith. What's up?
You can just go ahead and start whenever you need to, and I'll try to get on if I can. Maybe
How y'all doing?
Good. I'm having trouble knowing if anybody's hearing me half the time. Are y'all hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Joey, but like I said, I'm froze up. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, everything.
You hear me? Can you hear me, Keith?
I can hear Keith, but I don't know if he hears us.
Yeah. How's that?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I had another window with YouTube running. It was a little confusing.
Yeah.
We got it now. We got it.
You can hear me now?
Oh yeah, I got you, JW.
Well, it don't make any difference. as long as you can hear me, I can be smart aleck than you. People can't tell my lips are moving or not.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
We'll only be half concerned if we can only hear you.
Yeah.
Say it's a little toasty.
I'm going to check
where you guys are.
See if once you get started, maybe I can just click on your, on your link. Maybe it'll let me in.
Well, we already started.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Oh, yeah. You ain't seeing the chat?
No.
Hang
on.
If I was you, I'd go back out and come back in. My link's pinned. You don't see it?
I don't see nothing but me and you and Keith. And Keith, really? I think it's froze up on my screen.
Huh.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he'll be back. He had trouble. The link that I sent him, he had trouble last week getting in. He had to come in through the chat.
Yeah.
To get on.
Oh, say it's a little toasty where you're at, Joey.
It's a little warm. Yeah. Hot and humid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nasty here.
But I hadn't even been able to use my solar wax melter because it's hot, but we got those little thunderhead clouds come in. Just about time it goes to melting that wax. Those clouds come and it's just like turning the electricity off to it.
Yeah. Yeah, mine does the same thing. If it's not a sunny, clear day, it don't work.
That's right.
So, but yeah, the sun's been pretty brutal here too. I started my mite treatments, I guess last week, and the girls weren't too happy with me. And man, when you're wearing your veil and your suit and your respirator and your goggles and you're all fogged up and trying to do it early in the morning before it gets hot. It's pretty nasty.
I tell you, the first time I did that, I said and I was doing it with just the little iron, whatever you call it, the little pan.
Yeah.
And I had about 10 hives. And I don't know what it is. When I was growing up and when I was younger working, I never was claustrophobic. I could crawl through pipes and, going all kind of ways under houses. I've crawled under houses where if I needed to be laying on my back when I was working on the wiring, I've crawled under houses. He just left again. Where I've had to crawl on my back to get to where I had to work because you couldn't roll over when you got there.
Right.
And I had to wear a mask in some of those paper mills and everything with dust flying everywhere. I mean, it was aggravating. But I tell you, when I started doing that OA, I guess, I was a little older when I started doing that. But after about 3 or 4 of them, I said, there got to be a better way to do this. But, that's when I found that ProVap. I think that's what you call it. I found it, the electric one, and started using it. I said, man, this is the way to go. But it didn't take but a couple of times. That this is still bad. It's too hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
I don't know what the remedy for it is.
No, you just have to go for it and just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. After I get the unit going, and I've still got an old corded model of a Larabi vaporizer, so it's not as speedy as the battery powered one. So I just stick it in and get it going and kind of back out in the woods, and then you can raise your goggles up a little bit and get a little air in while you're waiting for it to happen. Then put everything back down before you go in and move it. So, yeah.
I guess cool mornings, if you can get there, then is probably the best time to do that, isn't it? Most of the bees are at home.
Yeah, but even even the cool mornings around here, the humidity is out the roof. So, I don't know which is worse. I worked them today. Let's see, I did mine yesterday, and then today I did a couple of folks' hives that I'm mentoring. And thankfully the bees behaved, and I could do it in shorts without my suit on, with just the respirator and the goggles.
Yeah.
So that's a whole lot better. But I'm wondering if anybody's got one of those full face masks like they sell through Larabi, like they have. I wonder if that's any better than the separate respirator and the goggles.
I kind of wondered that. It may be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of neat the way it's made all in one piece, but it might be worse. I don't know.
But there's something about now. Like I say, I never was claustrophobic, but there's something about now when I put that mask on, I just start breathing heavier instead of the opposite, breathing lighter, like a diver would.
Right.
I go the opposite way, and my daddy was like that when he got older. He knew he'd had a part of one lung removed, and about 10 years later, part of another one. And knowing he couldn't get the right amount of air, it would make him hyperventilate sometimes. Even with 2 half lungs, he would get too much air because getting it in his mind. And I think that's what I do when I put that mask on. I'm thinking I'm not getting enough air.
Yeah.
I guess I need to teach myself.
Russell said he uses a full face. Well, Russell, is that is that still pretty toasty? Have you compared that in a separate respirator and goggles? Yeah, I like doing my OA treatments, but man, that try it without a respirator.
Yeah.
Yeah, the breathing part, just as soon as you breathe just a little bit of that OA, you know about it.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. Now I've got it in my eyes before, and that don't show up as much, but the next day you'll kind of know about it because you'll be using eye drops all day. That stuff's definitely not good for you. Okay, there's Larry, Preacher Larry, saying he uses the one piece with a face shield and he really likes it, but it's still hot.
Still hot.
Don't seem like we can get away from that hot part there, Joey.
Oh. I don't know how we would do that.
Yeah, that's the only downside. I can see I've got more hives this year than I've ever had before. And in doing the OAV on I went from, I don't know, I had 24, 25 last year at this time. Now I've got about 35. Just them 10 more hives. I could see when you start getting a big number, OAV could really turn into a pain.
Yeah.
If you've got a whole bunch of hives.
Hey, Clay. Yeah, that where did I see that? Somebody had that. I don't forgot what it's called. It's like a big old cannon. They go through there shooting them, blasting them.
Yeah, I saw Ian. Ian got one to try out, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he had a video putting it together, but I hadn't seen a video of him actually using it. I know Bob Benny there had one at one time. That thing was a beast. That watching him use that thing, it kind of showed me that I really don't think you can overdo it as much as it was shooting in there.
Yeah.
It was I don't know how you controlled exactly how much you were administering, but it seemed to be quite a lot. I don't know if Bob still does that or not, though. He hadn't shown that in a long time. He's using other means.
That the guy that's he used to be the president of a nearby club here not far from here in Mississippi. And he had one he showed at a meeting. Now I'm talking 8-9 years ago. And this one was it was electric. You still, even though you had that big thing, you still had to drag a big cord around and everything.
Mm. Yeah.
To blow and all, but
yeah.
That thing was a beast too. It probably does about the same thing, just easier to maneuver.
Yep. When your bees are requesting, don't know that I understand that one.
Me neither. Might have to rephrase that.
But yeah, I mean, to me, OA it's got its downside, but it's got its good side too. I don't have to worry about temperatures or any of that sort of thing like you do with, especially with Formic, but even what's the other Apic Garden?
Yeah, I don't know much about none of them.
No, I can't talk much about them either because I've never used them, so I really hadn't studied them.
I think somebody else said he might have been talking requeening.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I don't have an answer for that. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. I'm sure I've probably done it before when that's happening without knowing it. But
yeah.
I don't know
I don't know if it would hurt anything. I mean, it's not hurting your larvae anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the bees don't really seem to mind it a whole lot when you do an OA treatment.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That happens to all of us. Well, JW must have gave up.
I guess he did. I've never used the rock sand strips.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm waiting to see the results. A lot of folks are using them this year. I want to see some numbers after they've used them all season.
Hey, Bruce.
I know you can. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? I've just always kind of had it as one of my rules that I don't treat with honey supers on. You know, and with the Viroxin, I guess those strips are in there during all the honey season, which is supposedly approved for it. But I've just never much cared about doing that.
Yeah. How long do they stay on?
I think folks are leaving them in there for quite a while.
Oh, really?
Anybody in the comments can give us a number on that. 56 days.
56 days.
So that's almost 2 months. Depending on when you put them in.
Yeah.
April, May, that could be about the whole honey season. There he is.
Are you with us now?
Nope.
Nope.
That's not JW.
Yeah. It's me, but it won't. It's not. Hang on.
Give it a little choke.
I don't know what's going on.
Hit it
I
with a
can-
hammer.
I guess. I don't know what's going on, honestly. I'll probably just bow out, Joey. It's been giving me heck the last 2 or 3 days. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
We hear you good.
Well,
Your picture's just moving a little slow, but we hear you real good. I don't know if you're hearing us
I'm not
good.
even, hang on, let me see what happens.
I see Clay over there. He said he loves his InstaVap. He's just too easy with 2 at a time. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe
Yeah.
I need to get me a second unit.
Yeah,
Just keep-
I've seen some people doing one hive with one and one with the other,
Mm,
and then having.
Well, I probably got your pictures, but it's all froze up.
One. Do what, JW?
I said I can finally see y'all, but just froze. Okay. You guys just go ahead and I'll act stupid here.
All right. Nancy said Keith muted. I heard you.
You can't hear me, Nancy. I promise I didn't touch anything.
But I think what some of the guys are doing with 2, or they're doing when they're doing like double shots, they just doing both of them in one hive and then going to the next and the next and the next.
Oh, is that how they're getting away with more than 4 grams at a time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I done forgot who said they were doing it that way.
Yeah. Because that plunger only goes to 4 grams, don't it?
I can't remember if that one I got is 4 or 6. It may be 4 grams.
Okay.
One's I got 4. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Here you
All right, the
good.
ones I got 4 grams, most the tube will
I
hold.
think that's what mine is too. I think they come out with a 6 after I bought mine.
I'm not going to say they do or not, but I've got 4 tubes and they're all 4 grams max.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, or 4 grams.
Yeah, Bruce is saying he rolls along with 2 cycles per hive. So he's okay.
That's the way I do it if I want to put on more than 4.
Does
Actually,
anyone
I've got
wait 10 minutes?
Set on 1, 2, 3, and 4 grams, depending on the size of the hive, how much I put in. If it's a great big hive and I want 6 or 8 grams, well, I'll just pull out the tube accordingly that I've already got set.
Philip's asking, does anyone wait the 10 minutes recommended? I wait 3. I don't ever remember hearing them instructions.
I think, is he talking about how long you leave the entrance blocked before you unblock it? If he is, then I don't never block mine at all, so I don't wait any.
I don't either.
That's
I actually drill 7.
Yeah,
I drill 7.
I just use a little bit extra and let her roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't blocked my entrances in quite some time. So
Nor have I.
I just let her rip. I mean, normally I'm running. I don't pull my entrance reducers anyway. So, but I do have because I got screen bottom boards. I don't have to open up my entrances. I do slide the board in all the hives, but I don't block the entrance reducer. Just let her rip. especially this time of year, you go to try to block your entrance, and you got bees bearded up all over the front, especially if you're trying to do it early in the morning.
Just
so if you
spray
try to
them.
block it, if you block it, you're gonna tick off a whole bunch of bees.
Yeah.
And get them flying when you're trying your best to get out there in your short pants and not disturb anybody. So I'm just sneaking around behind my hives trying not to rile them up.
Yeah, Mike Berry's got holes drilled in the back of all his
That's what I do. I got
motor bottoms.
That's what
30-second holes in all mine. That same size as my tube on the Instaback, and I just stick her in the hole. I don't take any introducers off, or some of mine are screened. If they are screened, I close them, and I've got a lot of solid bottom boards also. But I just I'm not too much of a book guy anyway, so don't pay any attention to me, people. I can see both of you guys. You're totally froze up, and I can hear you, but I have absolutely no video. And I'm seeing some of the comments. I guess the last one was 8 o'clock with Clay. That's on my screen. So let's be frank now. 8:01. That's now.
Yeah. Well, you're
I'm getting the comments, but I'm not getting. I'm getting the audio, but the visual. Both you guys, I can see both of you, but you're both froze up, and so am I.
It might be your Wi-Fi that needs rebooting.
Now, Joey, I'm just not very smart at anything, but I'm totally ignorant when it comes to this computer stuff. So,
it's kind of suspicious, JW, that Melissa's been having some hacking trouble, and now you're having some computer trouble.
There's a possibility. I haven't really heard anything from Melissa for a week or two.
Yeah, I think her Facebook got hacked, didn't it?
That's what she posted, to not respond. So.
Says Hope there says she runs screen bottoms and treats from under the lid with little leakage and good results. That's interesting.
Somebody else I heard talking about doing that. They just treat, and they say those vapors fall anyway. So kind of made sense to me.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Yeah. The only thing I thought of was you're at the bottom, you're about an inch and about 3/4 or so away from the wax and the brood. Right at the top, I guess you're about the same because you got a thicker wooden top bar. Probably doesn't really matter that much.
Oh, gone again.
He's gone again. He's going to get aggravated in a minute.
So how many hives have you got now, Joey?
Counting the little nukes and everything, colonies, I've counted the other day. If I didn't miscount, I got 49.
Okay.
But I don't have that many production hives. I've probably got maybe 20 production hives. 20-ish.
Yeah. Are you wanting to take that many into winter?
Well, if I got them, I guess I will. I've been telling everybody, when I first got into this, I guess after about my 3rd year, I said, when I retire, I want to have about 100 hives. I knew a couple of people that had that many, and they were working them. And when I hit 40 plus, I said, no, I don't. I don't want 100. I don't ever want 100. And I've been trying to get back down to 20 ever since.
Yeah.
20,
Yeah.
25, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I came through winter, I think, with, I don't even remember now, 22, 23, something like that. And I was wanting to hit about 25, 27. And I blew right through that and got up to, I think, 37. I've sold some now. I think I'm down to 32 maybe. But really, I'd like to get down to about 28 going into winter. But like you say, if you got them, you got them. So obviously, you're going to try to take them through the winter. So, but yeah, man, it's amazing how much it changes. You know, you add just a few hives, and it's like the old straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
There's little points there where it really turns into more work all at once.
And you wonder how you're going to get it done, you know?
Yeah, especially with the hot temperatures. Back in the spring, you know, everything's blooming, the bees are flying, you're making honey.
Yeah.
You know, you get out in the mornings, it's 50, 60 degrees, low humidity. You know, that's good times. But that ain't right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Eddie had a question here. Does anyone know if it's okay to use OAV before APRICOT? Let's see. I'm trying to remember which way Mike Berry said to go with it. I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah.
Somebody that knows how.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know some of the stuff don't mix well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Todd says yes. Nancy said she thinks it's okay. I don't have no idea.
I think that what Mike probably used, and he thought he might have still had some remnants of the APRICOT in there, and he did OA, and he hurt some of his colonies or queens. But I may be wrong on that, so we'd have to wait.
I remember that video, but I don't remember the sequence. But I remember something didn't go right that he thought had something to do with the way he mixed it.
Yeah. Tony, that's exactly what it's like. Hotel California. You check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Yep. Yep.
08 before APRICOT. Give me just a minute.
I guess I'll be a dummy here and ask the question. I guess I'll be a dummy here and ask the question. Why would you want to use them in sequence like that?
Yeah, that is a good question.
I mean, maybe there's a reason I'm missing that you need to do that.
If it works like it's supposed to, you wouldn't have any mites right then.
Yeah. Yeah, whichever treatment you use first, if it works, you don't need the other one.
Yeah, that's true. Same day. I'd give it some time.
Yeah, that's one reason I've had a hard time getting away from OA. Just the harshness of the other treatments, the timing, the heat issues. I don't want to be hurting my queens at certain times of the year. I don't want to be pulling back brood. I don't want to be having to deal with those issues at the same time I'm dealing with other issues. So works for me.
Mama keeps agreeing with you, Joey. She says, yeah, every time you talk. There you go.
See, Brian there at Flower Street said he's got about 100 right now, but you don't want to go into winter with anywhere near that.
What do you do? Do you combine them?
Are you going to sell some hives, Brian? Or you going to combine them? What's your plan for that? Paul, he wants to get to 30 until extraction week, and then that number goes down. I can relate.
You know, I hadn't mind going out, even with the heat. I hadn't mind going out pulling. It's the extraction part. Once I get back in the honey house, you'd think that would be the easiest thing. Is you can clean up, you can get in here and relax and take your time. But that's not wanting to get in here and extract is what's keeping me from going out there pulling it. Or at least that's what my brain's telling me. I usually pull it and set it up in here for about 2 days, but I keep the humidity in here between 30 and 45, and the temperature up. When I'm not in here, I keep temperature up around 78-ish and put fans on them. So when I do get ready to get out here and get started, it's just a sticky mess, I reckon.
Yeah, it's hard to extract honey and your whole world not turn sticky. All your doorknobs, steering wheels, everything.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I clicked on the wrong one. I think Bob Benny goes around 30 or 40, don't he?
Yeah.
Most of
that's
mine.
Going to depend. That'll depend too on your location and what's around you.
I think most guys around here like to go around 25. I do know during the fall, where I've got most of my in my main yard, there's probably 30 there. They always had to, they kept trying to rob each other at a certain time of the fall, where the other, I'd put food out and they would take it. I put food out at the same time at other yards where I got like 5, 4, 6, or 8, and they didn't even go to the sugar syrup. There was enough of something out there to keep them busy. Where here in this yard, same time of the year, where I've got 30, they were hitting it. I mean, time I put it out, they'd hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now here, you put anything out with honey on it, the bees are going to be all over it. We're definitely off the flow at the moment. There's still a couple of things blooming. The crepe myrtles are still blooming a little bit, and the clover. But yeah, if I put any honey equipment, an empty bucket, anything outside right now with a little bit of honey on it, it's time to make a video. So the bees show up. We probably won't have nothing much till about the middle of August. The goldenrod crop looks like it's going to be good this year, but don't ever get nothing off of it honey-wise. Bees might get a little bit. I've tried catching it past 2 years.
A lot of it out there right now.
Yeah.
One of the biggest yards, I actually did a little video on one of them a couple of years ago. They've always let that go, and it must be like a 40-acre field, and there's 2 or 3 that's next to it that look about 20 acres, just for a whole mile, nearly a half a mile, nothing but goldenrod.
Wow.
That's a beautiful sight.
Yeah.
And last year, in that biggest field, that guy decided that he'd start planting corn. So he messed the goldenrod up because he still got corn out there.
Yep.
What you
JW
doing?
ain't leaving. Are you with us, JW?
I can hear you, but that's all. I'm not getting any. I'm not getting any. I've rebooted and everything else, but it's just not doing it. I get the same stuff over and over, and it's nothing. No, I get audio, but no video.
Huh.
I don't know.
So you don't see us?
Not yet. I may eventually, if I can see you. You're froze up. You know. I keep getting this deal says that the host has enabled local recordings. Please stay in the studio until your recordings have finished uploading. Well, I don't tell them. Federal.
You know, I saw that one time on one of mine, and I don't know what that meant.
I have no idea either. First time
Yeah.
I've ever had it.
Yeah, I've got that box on mine too, Joey. I don't usually have that when I go in with Ricky or anything. I don't know if that's something you got enabled.
No, I hadn't seen it lately.
There, I've got visual of y'all, but it's everything's frozen, even me. It's showing me in my virtual background, but
What's Nancy asking there?
do not put queen into box when you run box when you run double deeps and add a queen excluder at this time of year. Well, I'm taking all my queen excluders out right now.
Yeah.
See?
Me too.
I'm curious, Nancy, why would you do that and not want your queen to lay in both of your deeps if you're running double deeps?
Do you put the queen into box one? I don't know. I would think. I don't know why. Well, I don't either. Keep your mouth shut, everyone.
Well, why would you want to force her into the bottom, Nancy? Why not let her lay in both of the deeps?
That's what I do once. Just
Unless you're planning on.
I had a few this season that were singles, and they were late getting really established. And when they needed a second box, I threw an excluder on then and let them make a box of honey. And I pulled that honey, and then I put a box, had old honey brood frames in a freezer. I just traded out and took the excluder off, let them have that for the summer, dearth, and winter, whatever. No excluder.
Okay, she's saying to make more room for food. So really, you're using that top deep for a super, and all your broods in the bottom deep. I guess that would depend on your location. If you need that much honey for winter.
Just don't forget and leave that excluder in there all winter.
Yep. Yeah, I'd kind of side with Todd on there, where this time of year I'd want as much brood as possible. There's still plenty of room to put feed on.
See, I can't even see the chats now. I did have the chats before. Now I don't have the chats. Comments. There's 3 on there, but I don't see 5 now. But they don't show up. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and I'll just sit over here and listen. But everything throws up a video on mine.
I guess you need to figure out, JW, is it an internet problem or is it a computer problem?
Well, hey, it just popped up, the comments. They keep the top deep. I'd like to pull her back. That's the last one that I've got, Nancy, at 819.
You got 3 more to get. But yeah, I run double deeps during the summer and during the winter, and I let them have hold all 2 boxes. She can go where she wants to after I pull that excluder off. Let's see what Lee's saying. Local recording can slow computer down if it's not powerful enough. JW, you recording something?
Everybody don't know it. I've never recorded anything in my life that I know of. Everything I've even posted has been on the just off of my.
I know in the settings in StreamYard you can set to. Of course, when you go live, I think you have an option. Mine's always been set where it will record the live and save it in case you wanted to edit it and put it back on. Put an edited version back on YouTube or wherever you're going. But I don't know if that's what he's talking about or not.
I think he's referring to you, Joy, but I don't know that. I mean, the comment that says, at Joy, local recording can slow a computer down if it's not powerful enough. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I do too, Philip. If people can hear me, and then I'll vent my boxes a little bit. I mean, offset my box a little bit, just enough to where the bees can't go in and out, but they can, they can get a little air through the brood chamber. I don't run up either, Nancy.
How much honey you pulled, Mr. JW? Any of it yet?
Yeah. I've pulled everything that's capped except for 9 colonies, and I'm going to finish them up tomorrow. I'd finished up today, but it got rained out, so. And man, have I been hot, for the old man has been about to burn up. I'm about to have the big one, I think. I'm going to give it the old, what was the guy on the TV that had the junkyard?
Oh, Fred Sanford.
Yeah, Sanford's son. Yeah. I'm about like Fred. I'm about to have the big one, I think. Anytime. Hot, hot, hot.
If you have StreamYard set to local recording, each person's computer is recording and streaming at the same time. Takes up a lot of computer resource.
Well, I don't know. That deal just popped up that you had on, your host had that local recording or whatever to talk about there, but it's gone away now.
I may have something on in there I don't know I got on.
Yeah, it's down at the bottom of the screen. I've got a red square that's got a little.
Yeah, I do too. Box. I don't know what all that is. That
it says got a little box facing
into the camera and then plus and settings and then the red square. Yes.
I seen that last night when I was on think it was last night when I was on Charlie's, or the night. Yeah, it was last night. I clicked on that thing and it put me out somewhere else. I don't know where it was.
Well, right now, when you click on it, it says uploads in progress. We recommend you stay in the studio until all recordings have successfully uploaded.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what,
So yeah,
that's what it did when I hit it a while ago too. Where I come back on, I'm not touching nothing. I can see you, but I can't. But you're not moving, and I can hear you. So I believe the way it is.
Lee, is there something I can look for?
Yeah, I think it is something on your end, Joey, that you got set.
Yeah, because I've never had any of this stuff before either, Joey.
Lee is still my administrator. He ought to be able to go in there and look at it for me. I see something down here says recording on the far right, like under comments, banners, media.
Yeah, that's not usually there. If you click on recording, it says uploaded and is in progress. It's usually just private chat and comments.
And they can check for you if he says, if you want me to.
That will it pick something.
Yeah, Lee said he can check for you if you want him to.
Sure.
No.
But I see that. I've never seen that there before.
Interesting.
Oh, Joy, you was asking me how much I've got. I'm going to guess I haven't extracted anything. Mine's still all in the boxes. I pulled it in, and I've got. I may be off. I'm not going to say, but I'm going to say not near what I thought I was going to have a month or two ago. I might have. I'm going to say I've got right now. Probably 1,500 to 1,700 pounds I've got in boxes that I haven't. We'll start extracting Monday.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing. I pulled. Oh, and what I'm doing is I'm going. If it's not capped, I'm not pulling it, Joey. That's what I've been doing. So I'll have another late extraction sometime. If I decide to do it, I may just let the honeybees have it. All of it. I can get somebody like Keith Spillman out here to take care of them for me. I just let him have
it.
I'm about slung out this year. Next year I ain't gonna be trying to break my record this year. That's enough.
I might find somebody that wants to buy some. I'm not going to give it away. I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7 buckets, I think, from last year.
Ooh.
And most of those are like 4-gallon buckets. I got 4 gallons in a lot of them.
Yeah.
I've probably got the better part of 200 pounds left from last year myself.
Hey, Barney bees.
Fell in the freezer was super. See what I get in 2 more weeks. Okay.
Brian said he's going to start extracting Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What's an anecdote, Clay? I want to know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He's talking about his antique boots.
Oh. Antique.
Antiques.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to aggravate Mr. Boner. Hey, Russell Amon. How you selling, buddy? I'm going to talk to people on the chat. You guys go ahead and do your thing.
Clay, you better be selling that stuff. Good night, Brian. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, 7 buckets. 7 buckets.
Speaking of buying buckets, I was short on buckets. So I did get online earlier this evening, and my local Lowe's Hardware had what I was looking for, but it's 30 miles down the road. So I got in the truck and my little truck and my little dog, and we drove to Lowe's. And we got there, and they only had one of. It showed they had 34 on hand. They only had one out on their display, and so I hollered this kid up there. It was in their paint department where they had the buckets, and I hollered this kid. He come back here and he with his deal, and he said, "Yeah, there's some more in them boxes way up high up there." So he brings down one of the boxes. He says, "How many you want?" I said, 10. He said, "Well, there's 12 in the box." I said, "I'll take them. We'll just take the whole box." And I got my 12 lids and went up to check up. And I didn't have a coaster with me, or whatever you call them, that you put your stuff in. So I just slid that cardboard box. And I got right to the checkout station to check out, and that box fell apart, and all them buckets and the lids hit the ground. So the lady says, "Well, I'll pick them up while you're gone." And she says, "Is this all you want?" And I said, "Yeah." So I went and got a cart, a checkout to put the buckets and the lids in. And I got back up there, and she says, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, how much is it?" And she told me, and I said, "Are you sure?" And she says, "Yeah." She says, "I've got you all rung up." Says, "You're ready to go." And I said, "Well, I'll pay you cash." Well, what she had done, I got to looking at the ticket after I got out the door. I should have gone back, but I didn't, being the crook that I am. She charged me for the lid. She didn't charge me for the 12 buckets. She just charged me for 12 lids. So I got 12 free food grade 5-gallon buckets for nothing, I guess. I'll probably rot in hell for doing it, but I should have gone back, I guess. But I just
Well, after you scattered them all over the floor, how did she miss that?
I have no earthly idea. She just charged me for the. I guess the code was on them lids, and she just scanned those 12 lids and thought that was the whole caboodle. I guess she did never scan the buckets. And that code is on the box too, you know. So anyway, I got a dozen 5-gallon food grade buckets for nothing, I guess. My conscience probably gets the bottom. I'll probably go back and pay them, don't you think?
Yeah, that'd probably be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You might go back and try to pay them, and they don't want it.
Yeah, probably mess up their bookkeeping. They'll sure mess up their inventory if they do it by their checkout codes, because they're going to be. It's going to show that they've got buckets that they don't have.
Yeah, you know, they'll be looking all over for them buckets.
For the next guy, yes. Bless her heart, I said, "Are you sure that's right?" She says, "Yeah." She says, "I've got you checked out." I says, "How much I owe you?" She says, $34 and something. I should have stopped right there, but I didn't. I just give her the cash and out the door I went. I got to thinking, but I can't be right. And I looked on the ticket. She just charged me for 12 lids at about $3 a piece. What it amounted to. They didn't charge me for the $7 buckets.
That kind of reminded me of. I've told this story on one of these lives before. Reminded me of my daddy years ago. He's working construction in New Orleans, and they had this little diner they'd go eat lunch at. And I don't remember. His meal was probably like back then $4, $5, something like that. And he handed the girl at the cashier $20, and she gave him his change back. He looked at it. He said, "Ma'am, this is wrong. You gave," and she interrupted him. She said, "I know what I'm doing. I gave you the right amount back." He said, "Okay, then." Stuck it in his pocket and left out. The fellow was with and said, "You're not going to try to get her to give you the right amount back?" He said, "I tried to tell her and she wouldn't listen." He said, "She gave me the change plus my 20 back." Hey, Jeremy, Chris. Y'all might as well come on here and make some noise with us. We done treated everybody's bees and pulled half the honey.
Well, look like Lee figured out what's wrong on your computer, but we can't fix it.
Yeah.
Need to see what setting that is, though.
I know. I don't know. StreamYard has changed something because they were talking about it on one of the lives this week. So I don't know if something, when they made changes, something got turned on, or I got in there and accidentally turned something on. I don't know. I didn't know I made any changes if I did. But like I say, I've never noticed that recording button right there in that right column.
Yeah.
Hey, DC.
I'm just curious what that does for you, though. I mean, without the recording, it still records it and it's available on YouTube.
Yeah.
So what does the recording do?
Well, it's always recorded a backup. I mean, I think that was defaulted, but I don't know if it's doing something different now or what. That's where you can go in there. Somebody said something you didn't want them to say, you could cut all that out and reload it.
Ah. Yeah, I've never created the StreamYard, so I didn't know you could do that. Hey, DC.
They even got another setting in there. Even if you don't go live, you can record the whole thing and then post it later.
Oh, okay.
Well, Joy, is it showing me on your screen when I move around and so forth? You
kind of like a still picture, and then all of a sudden you'll move, and then you'll be a
yeah,
still.
that's what I mean. But real slow on me. Every now and then y'all will move, but I'm gonna step away from here a minute because I don't even have where I can mute or shut my camera off or anything. It's nothing down here for me. Never came up, so including our stream to it, but so the recording is for local. Yeah, Chris is pretty sharp on this stuff, but maybe he could tell us what's going on. But
evidently, there's a setting in there that not supposed to be on. According to what Lee said, he couldn't change it while we were live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one, Chris, it's just sitting there called the meeting place. If I need to talk to somebody, we can go in there and I can send them that link. We can just go in and talk. Better than being on the phone.
So Keith, back to bees just a little bit. Are you done for the year on your extracting? I know you extracted all spring, or all of my spring anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I might have 2 or 3 supers I might go ahead and get, but for the most part, I'm pretty much done. What I got is what I got. So It's been a good year though. I got no complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've still.
Good. Mine with my honey. I didn't have as much honey as I was expecting to have this year, but I thought I'd have probably 3,000, but I'll be lucky if I have 2, I imagine. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I got to get some boxes and frames put together. I want to get some foundation on there and do some feeding and draw out a little bit more this year.
Yeah.
While I got big fat hives with nothing to do. So
I'm already feeding some of my starter colonies right now. I started feeding them. I'm just feeding them a quart at a time, feeding quart jars in the top. That's what I'm doing. About a half a dozen, or I got more than that, 9 or 10. I'm going to say I'm feeding right now.
Jeremy, I think I've got about 32 hives right now. There's been about 17 hives have been my production hives this year, so that's been my big stacked up honey makers. About 17. See, Clay wanting to know what my total was. It's going to be right around 2,400 pounds, maybe a little bit more, but that's pretty close. I'm doing 3 markets a week trying to sell it, so that's why I said I don't need to make any more next year. That's enough.
How many different markets you go to every week?
Well, I go to 2 here in my hometown and then 1 a county over. So I'm doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Those are 3 hours a day. So not too bad, but a couple of them are 3 to 6 in the evening. So right now that's pretty toasty. One of them's on an asphalt parking lot, so that one's really great. Yeah, the one here in the hometown, we've got a nice shelter and all with a dirt floor, so it's nice and it's fairly cool in there. But yeah, the one in the asphalt parking lot, that's a hot place.
Yeah, we used to have some coolers sitting on asphalt tarmac that worked. And if those things wasn't 100%, they just wouldn't keep it cool or froze like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
We fought them and fought them and fought them. They finally let us move some off of it. But it was just the wrong place to put them. We had those what do you call them? Those big containers goes on the back of the trucks, almost like ship containers for cold stuff. Mm-hmm. That's basically what they were. Sitting out there on that asphalt trying to run.
Yeah, that's right, Clay. I don't have to worry about it crystallizing on the asphalt. It flows about like 10 weight. Hey, Matt.
Keith, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Oh, not bad. Not bad. Just listening to you guys, trying to figure out how to log into this. I don't know. It's different this time coming into StreamYard for me. But for whatever reason. But yeah, I got in. Everything's going good. Trying to stay cool. It's actually cooled off. A little less humidity tonight, it feels. So
that's good.
Hot. It's been hot just like probably everywhere else, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible this evening, but we had another storm blow through, got about 1.5 inches of rain in about, I don't know, an hour. So that of course jacks the humidity right back up again, and it'll be nasty in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of rain in a short time there.
It seems like that's the way it works anymore. You don't just get a nice all day little shower. You get a gully washer, and then the sun pops out and it goes to 95 degrees.
Yep. Yeah, we've gotten kind of lucky with some of that extra rainfall that we've gotten. A lot of it's kind of been more at night, and about a half inch here, a quarter inch there, but
Yeah,
maybe 3 nights a week. Just enough really just to keep the clover going is what it's doing. But
yeah, that's one thing we've got this year that we didn't have last year. We had I had a good spring, and I pretty much pulled all my honey last year before the drought hit. But man, there wasn't hardly any clover around here last year. It was so dry. But we got lots of clover around this year, so I'm sure the bees are still on that. But
yeah, our sweet clover is about done for sure. It's about crispy.
Yeah, Tony, that's there's some truth in that in lots of places.
I've seen that out in New Mexico, and mostly New Mexico, just a dry desert, and then a big storm come up, and the roads are rivers. Then I got a fly right here. Y'all be still. I had a fly on my blanket.
Better be careful. YouTube will block you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Some of those arid locations like that. We went to South Dakota for a family trip a couple years back. Went to the Badlands, and all throughout that whole valley. I mean, I don't even think grass could grow, but I mean, it was a sea of yellow with sweet clover. I mean, just clover everywhere. It was actually kind of amazing. I don't know what the bees would eat, after that burns up, but I was amazed.
Yeah, I guess that's in North Dakota, the biggest honey producing state, and I guess they're getting that off of clover, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just a bazillion acres of clover.
Yeah, alfalfa, canola.
Okay.
Interesting. You can see a bee yard like every 5 miles or so.
Yeah, beautiful country there. JW, how you doing, sir?
I'm waiting on somebody to come out and finish extracting my honey. I'm doing. Oh, buddy.
I'm a free man until next Saturday.
Yeah, she finally left you, eh?
Yep. I dropped her at the airport. I've been going since we left the house at 2 a.m. to get there at 3. And apparently the airport really starts popping about 3 a.m. on Saturday because it was actually a lot busier than I thought it would be. So, but they got off and they're safe and having fun. So,
yeah, that's good.
I'll be free next Saturday.
I would have had everything picked, man, if it hadn't I got rained out today. It just started, but you couldn't. Every time it get started, another one would come. So.
Yep.
I finally give up. I've been through everything but 9 boxes. So I'm going to try to get through them in the morning. I'll have everything pulled. And I'm going to pull. I've got a few left, but I just pulled for it's capped.
Yep. Let them something to work with.
Yeah, more than enough. I'm sure.
Yep, I was doing the same.
Matt, Paul was asking how long of a list did she leave for you?
Well, it's got staples on the corner, so it's multiple pages. If that's helpful. No, I'm just teasing. No, just the normal stuff, really. I had to stay behind with work, contracting and on top of that, honey harvesting and stuff like that. So it just wasn't good timing for me. That animal husbandry part of it, came into play. So I had to. But yeah, so it's It's going. I tell you what. So this is my second year. Well, 2.5. My second year plus I had 6 months. So 2.5 years in, and somehow, some way, I ended up with about 120 hives in this yard, which is also my production my main production yard, and it's also where I have all my mating nukes. And it's where my mating takes place. So it's been a challenge to pull honey because I don't want to start up a robbing frenzy, and it's really tempting just to throw fume boards on, a row of hives there. Let's say three, four fume boards going, but in order to do that, pull that honey, I have to take the top super that I'm letting them draw comb and still work, the open nectar and stuff, and having to set that to the side because I'm not taking it, so I can put my fume board on and drive them down. Well, I can work about 3 or 4 hives and comfortably say that I'm not stirring anything up. But anything more than that, I tried to get just one more box off the other day, and um, stirred. I must have stirred up, something after I left because I went back, and a couple of the solstice queens that just came back and were laying. I mean, just showing patterns. They got annihilated. In
Mm.
short, maybe 5 minutes. It was just a couple nukes, but they're more in the open ground, so they're more visible, let's say. And I've got a lot of mating nukes still out there, and all the ones that are in overgrown, like they need a weed eater. Like I go in front of them and just step down on the star thistle or the taller grass that's growing in front of them, just to give them some flight room out of the door. Those have stayed somewhat protected, and I feel like it's because I'm being lazy. I mean, it's almost like they're tucked in so well. To be honest, if I took any of you guys out there and we went to look at the hives, you would probably miss 24 of those double, 10 frame boxes sitting over there in the weeds because they're so hidden. But this year, I've noticed I'm hoping that helped at least with the robbing frenzy that I created, even being as careful as I was, because we still have a little bit of a trickle flow going on right now. It's not The faucet isn't totally off, but
Mm.
off enough to where they get pretty curious pretty quick, if you're dropping honey anywhere.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No matter, I've still got some flow. I've got pollen coming in, and my bees I have actually been very calm with,
Yeah.
me working by myself pretty much, and I'll have 3 or 4 hives open at the same time because I'm just rotating. I'm using fume boards and just rotating them, and
Yep.
sometimes I'm a little, if I have to go get another box or something, sometimes they're open too long and they haven't offered to rob on me yet. Here 2 weeks ago, I had that robbing deal going on and I was real concerned about drawing or pulling boxes, but I haven't had any trouble. Knock on
Hmm.
wood. I'm knocking on the head now when I say knock on wood, in case you boys can't see me.
Now I know I've pulled honey 3 different days now, and in somewhat short shifts, short spurts, maybe 2 hours at a time. And the morning I went down the earliest, around 8 a.m., and started, was by far the worst time, as far as the robbing or kicking up too much foraging, I feel like, and too many bees were home, so the other days I went out about 11, almost noon, let's say, and it was like stealing candy from a baby. I mean, they could have cared less what we were doing.
That's
So
about that's about right, except for everything. The foragers are all gone, but the heat's still there. It's about
yeah,
11.
yeah, I know. It's the most uncomfortable time for me, but bee pressure wise, it's the most comfortable part, because you're able to drive them down faster with the fume board, and pull them faster. But anyway, it's been a challenge and learning curve, and just taking 2 fume boards and going down the road, and seeing if I don't pop a wheelie on the four-wheeler going up the mountain.
Yeah.
I like using the fume board. It seems like to me, it just may be in my head, but it just seems like to me it settles all the bees down.
Hmm.
What's
Yep.
your favorite fume, fellas? What's your favorite Be quick, honey be gone. What's your favorite? You got one?
I use
Hey.
honeybee gone.
Mm-hmm. Honeybee Gone's what I use this year, but again, I'm just a rookie.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
this
got both the Be Quip and the honey be gone. Then I've got that stinking stuff, whatever it is that I'm fixing to throw away.
I've
But I'm
never
gonna
tried the
tell you
Hive
what,
parent stuff.
not taking sides, but I had two that I had Be Quick on, two that I used honey be gone on, and the honey be gone cleaned out the boxes a lot faster than what the Be Quick did. I will say that. So nothing to
I,
me.
wa-
I don't.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
I almost saw him clear two medium supers. To be honest, it would clear a deep super in about
Yeah.
5 minutes, and if you left
Yeah.
it
Some of
on,
them had three or four
left
on
it on
and
with two
clean out
mediums,
the whole works.
yep.
If I'm walking on you fellas, I apologize because I can't tell when people are talking or not talking. When it comes through, I ought to keep my mouth shut, I guess.
I feel like I have a bad habit of doing that on here because of the delay.
Now the honey bandit, that's the stinky stuff, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
I know there was one at the local bee store. I had to run and grab some anyway, and she asked me what I wanted, and I said, to be honest, I don't know what the name of it is, but I think it smells more like almonds or cherries. Not the one that you don't want to
Mhm.
spill in your truck. So she almost went back to the vault, and I guess they keep the stinkier stuff in like a metal storage can of some kind. So
Yeah.
that's my likelihood I'd spill it, so I don't want that for sure.
I used a lot of escape boards this year. It's a little bit more work up front, but the day you pull, it actually goes pretty quick. So it's
Eddie
kind of a
says
wash.
Eddie says the honey bandit smells like almonds.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Honey robber. Y'all
This
might be
is
thinking about honey robber, huh? Ain't that one too?
this is it's in a little clear pump sprayer, clear bottle. Honey Be Gone, I want to think it's called, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't smell bad at all.
He was talking about the stinky one.
oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, it drove him out of the supers good enough. Just like Joe May, just with a turkey feather, I was able to get little remaining bees off. And actually, JW, I took you up on your tip there with kind of using that same type of product to stop a robbing frenzy
Yep.
that you had or whatever. I actually put a towel over the telescoping cover that was on top of my super storage, before I took a
Yep.
load up the hill, and it seemed to really help. After that
Yeah, that's
first day,
different.
I stirred them up. I was extra cautious.
Yeah, it's a tough time of year to be messing with them. I know once you pull the supers off, you better get them covered up, and you're still going to have bees everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They can. They're just hanging out on the front of the hives right now, waiting for a good smell to come wafting by to get them all
Yeah.
stirred up.
Bego. Bego is an unpleasant smell.
I think that's what it is. The stinky stuff that I've got, so I've had it for a good while, and it's the label's off of it, so I can't tell you what it is, but it smells like goat vomit or something. It's nasty stuff, I can tell you.
I know that's what Gus always said it smelled like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need nothing like that. I'm too clumsy. I'll spray it on something or spill it. It don't need to
No, the honey be gone or the bee or whatever.
I like that honeybee gone. It smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use that for perfume around Christmas time. Now I'll be wearing that
There
down
you
in
go.
Nobby. You boys will be avoiding me down in Nobby because I'll have that honey
I
be
had
gone.
some leak
I'll
in
have
the
that
back of
on.
my truck one time. The bottle had flipped over and the lid wasn't tight. But I got them rubber mats that hold everything. So It was in there. That truck smelled good for a long time.
The skateboards are too slow for me. I'm not patient enough to use skateboards.
Yeah, I have pretty good luck just putting them on a day or a day and a half ahead of time. What few bees are left, just blow them out with a little blower. I have trouble with the fume boards a lot of times because I'm trying to pull early in the morning and the sun don't help me at all with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then it just takes longer just using the smell off of the board without the sun's help. So
Hey, I've got a question for you guys. Hang on, let me do some checking here. Get my glasses on where I can see. Maybe. Does anybody know? Well, I'm talking about forage for honeybees. Does anybody know what bergamot is? Bergamot, bergamot.
Is that
Anybody
similar to
familiar
like
with it,
similar to bee balm?
sir?
Is that similar to bee balm?
I don't know. I was driving through the
I believe it
country,
is.
coming back from a lady who had some bees in her house, wanted me to look at them, tried to get rid of them for her. I went to look at that. I was coming back through the country, and there was about, I'm going to say 20 acres of solid pink bloom. And I stopped, and according to my plant finder, this is wall bergamot, and it was full of honeybees. Is anybody familiar with it?
I'm reading about it right now, but I've never heard of it.
Bryce said it's in the mint family.
It's non-edible and used for scenting perfumes and cosmetics, skin creams, bubble bath. So they apparently use the extract from the fruit. You don't eat the fruit.
Well, I'm 81 years old, and I've never seen it in this country before. The last week, and
Is it purplish pink?
yep,
Yep.
it looks pink from a distance. It's just like
We have
and the field almost was from a distance looked like the stuff does in the spring. The doggone
dead nettle.
the dead nettle. The whole field was just, it was taller. The stuff was on the average about 1.5 feet tall, I guess. I'd never seen it before.
Yeah, I call that something real. I just call it bee balm, but that's just in that same family. It's got a pretty soft top, and multiple florets that will come out at certain times.
I'm pretty
It'll
sure it
it'll
don't go.
last. It'll last for a little while too.
Do you see it in your area, Matt?
Oh,
down there?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's in
Surely
full bloom,
planted. That don't grow natural, surely, does it? I've never seen it.
It's I know at Crest Farm, one of our bee yards, they did a burn because they're trying to improve the quail habitat. So they burned this prairie meadow where I have some hives, and it's in full bloom of it right now with coneflower and all the other. They have a bunch of different 15 native forbs and flowers in there. So, but that's one of them for sure. It's about 1.5 feet, 2 foot tall, probably.
John says the bees are working up there in Colorado, but I've just never seen it here. It obviously, this, I'm going to say this was in grass set aside field is what it was. It was laid, and it was full of that stuff. And I'm for sure that the government's paying for it, but I've never seen it before in my neighborhood, in my area. That's the reason I was asking.
I'm just amazed at all of the different flora, that you end up paying more attention to just because of bees. I honestly feel like, I want to go into some sort of botany study, just because of Like I have time for that. That was a joke. But no, seriously, as far as just being in more in tune with nature and paying attention to blooms, and it just kind of makes a bunch of different connections, it's really neat.
Yeah, I enjoy that part. After working a lot of years in factories, uh,
Mm-hmm.
you retire and get to play outside every day, and you find yourself staring at trees a lot, at the tops of
Yeah.
trees, at
Yeah.
plants.
Gotta pay attention when you're driving, It's like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
gosh,
Oh,
it's
me and my
like
wife,
get your
we're
eye on the
like,
road,
look
you
at
idiot.
look at that firewood over there. Look at that,
Yeah. Yeah.
mimosa.
Yeah.
We never used to do that. So yeah, take time to enjoy the buzz.
Yep, exactly.
Blue curl.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're right there, John. I've seen a lot of bumblebees and just other little bees and yellow jackets and a lot of butterflies on this in this field. I walked out in this field because it took me by surprise. I thought, what's that field that's all pink this time of year? And that's what my plant finder said it was. I honestly never seen it, and I'm 81 years old around this part of the country.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to bow out. I got an early morning, so enjoyed it. We'll have to
Appreciate
do it
you
again
coming
sometime.
in.
Yeah, enjoyed it, Joey. We'll do it again.
All
Gonna
right.
talk to you, Keith.
Yeah, Matt, JW, y'all take care.
We're gonna be getting out of here pretty quick. And
Okay.
before I leave, I'm gonna click on that recording button and see what it does.
We'll see everybody later. Y'all take care.
Good night.
See you,
Good night,
Keith.
Keith. I knew I was getting old and slow, but I'm not near as old and slow as what these pictures are. About every 45 seconds, why each one of you will move. I don't know what's going on with this stream of mine. It's sure out of whack.
Huh.
I'm gonna blame Joey, Matt.
Yeah, it's my fault.
No, you can blame me. Yeah, I actually saw some, the early goldenrod, the early variety of goldenrod, the shorter
Yeah,
stuff that the bees don't ever touch. I saw a little first couple sprays of that opening up.
I've seen a couple, three of them that is just starting to open up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They myself
Just
coincidentally.
thought that was a little early, but maybe not. I've never seen a bee on goldenrod until last fall, later in the fall, like sometime September, probably the taller variety of it, if I had to guess. There's two or three different ones that we'll get around here.
A lot of people down here, not necessarily beekeepers, they confuse the goldenrod and the ragweed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they call it all goldenrod or all ragweed. They don't know
Mm-hmm.
the difference.
So have you got about all your stuff full, Matt?
No, sir. I'm probably I think we had somewhere around, well, we took into the flow about 40 production hives, but I've from our earlier splits and nukes and the ones that I ended up keeping and hiving up, I had to super them. So some of those nukes are making a deep and a medium probably for me. I have
Yeah.
no idea how much honey I have really. I mean, um, a fair amount. Several thousand pounds probably, if I had to guess. I really have no idea. A
Well, I
lot.
guess that's a good problem.
I got a lot. I have a lot of work to do still. I have a couple, 3 stacks of 10 supers high with box fans drying down for tomorrow morning, and So I'll get started on that first thing. It's been 2 days and double check it's good and
Have you got
start.
someone helping you on the extracting?
Nope, just me and Daisy Duke here, the dog. So
How you going to
the
you,
whole
you knifing it, or have you got you an extractor, or what do you?
yeah, actually, Mark Miller let me borrow one of his. He has a Maxant 3-frame electric, so
No,
I
I'm
got.
talking about how you going to uncap it.
Oh yeah, I got an uncapping knife, and I got a couple different options there. But yeah, it's slow and steady. That's how. I I may have to leave some of it on the hive till I catch up on what I pulled, and get it in buckets.
Let me get through Monday, and maybe I can, if I can get my stuff all extracted Monday, I'll come out and help you.
Well, I'd be honored.
It's just,
Well,
nah, I don't know how much help I'll be, but I'll sure be a good boss.
oh yeah, that's if anything, you can just be a cheerleader. That's all you
Uh,
need. You can just be my cheerleader.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of hard hot work, but if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and just having a blast. I see why you guys have done it for so long.
Actually, you'd be surprised if you get two people how much easier it is than just one guy trying to do it by himself. I can tell you, I've been there and done that.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, how long you been sitting there?
Oh, I just popped up. I've
Oh,
been
did you?
watching and reading and listening and just having some fun. So I thought I'd join for a few minutes.
I just happened to look down. It didn't even. It usually chimes when somebody checks in.
I went in the computer, did stealth mode. I was going to ask, are you going to? There's a conference in the Northeast called EAS at the end of the month.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I'll be going. This is my first time going up there, but I was kind of chuckling. So all the northeastern states, like here, we've got the Texas Bee Conference and Missouri and Louisiana and so forth. I think those states are so small they all got together and just have one big conference.
Yeah. Now, where is it?
This year it's actually in New Jersey. I believe next year it's in either Ohio, or Pennsylvania. But they've been asking me for a couple of years to go up there, so I said, okay, this year I'll make the trip. It's going to be a 2 long day drive, 2 days each way. But it'll be a whole new part of the market that don't know much about me or the vacuums.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go up there, and they asked me to give my talk about the top entrance
Yeah.
design. So I'm gonna do that while I'm up there. But it should be interesting. I talked to a number of guys up in that part of the country, and they all of them that knew about it said absolutely go to it. It's got I think they said there's 500 to 700 people there every day for the 5 days. And it's Monday through Friday. So,
Hopefully,
anyways,
you do good there.
yep, hopefully for the drive. Gosh,
Mm.
and it'll be just me. My business partner will be down here, and so yeah, it'll be interesting. The only minus part is New Jersey. The only thing I remember about last time I drove through New Jersey is that's one of the only 2 states that don't let you pump your own gas. Apparently, we're all too stupid to know how to take a nozzle, stick it in a hole, and pull the clamp.
Yep. It's in the car.
Yep.
What was the other state? It was out west somewhere, wasn't it? Was it?
It was either Oregon or Washington State. I can't remember. It was one of those.
I was thinking Washington, but I can't remember. It was one or the other.
Yep.
That's what comes to my mind, Washington. But I'm not going to say that's right
was
either.
weird out west when we was out west, what was really weird was you might pull in the
BP ought to
one.
know. He's still on here.
You got to pump your gas, or if they're short-handed, they'll put a sign on there that no attendance, pump your own gas. All of a sudden, it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
We'll probably have some.
I was, I don't know if I wasn't laughing. I think I was crying the other day. When I moved to the little town I live in, there was, 6 or 8 gas stations, each of them with the, standard 4 little gas pumps. And right now they're building a big 7-Eleven by the highway at the edge of town. And that's going to have as many pumps as all the gas stations combined had when I moved to town 25 years ago. So it's like, okay, town's been growing.
It's not off Route 66, is it?
Well, I'm in Lockhart,
No,
Texas, and
it was a
yeah,
bad joke, but it
yeah.
does sound like the urban sprawl type thing. The bigger ones putting out the little guys. Those little service stations used to be so quaint, and you'd hit the little bell on the hose or whatever, and they'd come out and pump your gas. That used to be a treat.
Oh yeah, when I moved here, we had one. It was a gas station that did both full service or pump your own. But gosh, they closed. Seems like 10, 15 years ago or so.
Clay, you talking about Tony's website? I'm assuming he's
Can't
asking
see
your website,
comments.
Tony.
Oh, it's allmybees.com for the vacuums.
Allmybees.com.
If you remember the old soap opera All My Children? It
Yeah.
was my spin on that. Anyways, you're talking about the weather earlier, and a week or two ago, my brother lives up close to Chicago, and he called me and he goes, Tony, get up here and get your stinking weather and take it back home where it belongs. His temperatures were the same as what we were having down here, mid 90s, high humidity, and they just don't know how to deal with it. A lot of houses don't have air conditioners, and it's just brutal for them. So yeah, different areas, different weather. But, and you were talking about pulling honey earlier. Something that someone showed me yesterday, and tell me if my screen messes up. I've got to click over to find this other tab. There's a website that, oh gosh, shoot. They will test your honey, and it's about $100 per sample, but they'll tell you all the pollens and what the percentage of all of them are, give you a real nice pie chart. They were out of Utah, I think. Oh gosh, give me a second to go back and find that. That was, let's see, Thursday I was looking at it.
There's a couple I've heard of that do that, but I don't know any.
It would be interesting to know everything that they're hitting. We think we know what they're getting, but they're getting all kinds of things we have no idea.
Yep. Okay, here it is. JonahVentures.com. If you type it in, JonahVentures.com. And they've got a chart there if you the JonahVentures.com/honey-pollen. They show you the graph of down to 1%. They're just using a sample ahead: sweet clover, rapeseed, sunflower grass, etc. Now, what I don't understand is, for instance, grasses. Yeah, grasses produce pollen, but they don't produce any nectar. So I'm not sure that the pollen's an exact correlation to what the nectar source is. But I guess it gives you a good idea.
Yeah. Oops.
Yep, I guess we lost JW. But it
He's been
was,
having issues.
yep. Um,
I hear Bob Benny talking about getting his checked all the time.
one thing I was thinking is I could go and do a test from a couple of my yards, and when I go to sell the honey, have the graph right there where I can show people I am producing local honey, not something you're buying out of China or North Dakota or whatever.
Yeah.
And that might be an interesting marketing tool.
We had a guy come talk at one of the clubs I go to, and that was kind of a hobby to him. His trade actually allowed him to do that, but when he retired, he kept doing honeys. People would bring him some, ask him, figure out where it came from, and he could tell them. He could tell them what pollens were in the honey and where it actually came from, what region and everything.
That's
How
awesome.
do they do that?
Like a DNA.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the microscope you could get small enough to see the pollens and kind of play match the picture, but then you're counting, and there's got to be an automated way to do that. Because I can't imagine for $100 they're going to sit and count, pollen cells. But anyways, yeah, I saw that and it's like, that might be worth throwing a couple samples at and just having some fun with it. I'd love to. Not that I want to waste the money, but get some of these samples that they sell at the grocery store that is real honey, and see what those numbers come out.
Well, some people's actually testing it where they can actually call it a certain plant. If you have to be at least 51% of a certain type plant, like sourwood, for instance, or whatever.
Yep.
Legally, it has to be 51% of that plant before you can claim it and sell it in the store. That's why some people get it DNA'd.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. And the one thing I didn't see in his report was, I know that a lot of the Chinese honey that sells, they filter out the pollen. So it'll tell you what percentages the different pollens are, but I don't see in the report where it tells you what the amount of each of the pollens were compared to what you would normally expect to find in samples. So, it leads me to more questions as well.
It's beekeeping.
No, beekeeping leads you to 100 new questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I was laughing earlier when you guys were talking about, robbing issues, and I've just never had that. But my bees have all trained each other. They're all mean as snots. And they know that, walking in the wrong hive is a death sentence. So robbing just doesn't happen. So it's one of the advantages one of the many advantages. I love being bees. But I know most areas don't have them.
Just in case anybody in chat don't know, he works Africanized bees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm in Central Texas, and I've never bought B, everything I've got has been from removals I've done. And majority around here is just mean girls. But like I said, I don't mess with, worry about robbing, and I don't worry about mites either. I don't do any treatments, and they do just fine. But my joke is this: the bees defend their hive. So if a wasp comes in, a yellow jacket, a small hive beetle tries to come in the front door, it's a simple philosophy: either you're one of the sisters, or we kill you. And that works great for wax moth and all the others. Then when I open the hive, they try to kill me. Well, 99.9% of the time, they're doing the right thing. I can't blame them. So, yep. Anyways, that's and down here we are still getting rain. Usually, 1st of July, sky turns off for 2-3 months, and we don't get any rain until September. But this weekend supposed to be some thunderstorms. Last week we had an inch or two of rain, and things are still green. So we'll see what plants pop up. Guess it's just been kind of weird weather everywhere.
Too much or too little rain, I guess.
Yeah,
like
it's
I said
always
earlier,
one or the other.
that's why I say, I'm in a desert interrupted by floods.
Yep. Look who showed up here at closing time.
Well, Joey, I'm going to sign out.
All right. Appreciate you
I've got
coming in. We fixing to shut her
just-
down here in just a minute anyway.
All right. Have a good evening.
Talk
Good
to you
evening.
later. Yeah, I'm getting ready to end this chat, and I'm really thinking about hitting that recording button there and see what happens when we get ready to leave. I don't know if it's going to shut us down or what it's going to do. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. A little button over to the side to recording.
On the bottom right, that little red button.
Well,
That's what I'm seeing.
yeah, I think both of them's the same thing, but the one I'm looking at over here, it's just like a on off button over all the way to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hit it and see what happens. If it goes out, good night, everybody. We'll just see what's happening here. All right, let's see what it says. Unloading local recordings. Please ask all guests to stay in the studio. It's I don't know. It's giving a list of names.
It looks like the live counter is still going.
Oops. I just lost my list of people. There it is. There they are. It didn't do anything. It just showed me that. Well, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and close her down. It's been a pretty good chat tonight. Mr. JW just left again. Appreciate everybody coming in. Y'all have a good weekend. See y'all next week.
Good night now.